You're watching the Eternal Tournament Series.
And here we are in the finals of the ETS Week 2, Season 1. I'm Born Ready Mark, a.k.a. Chibikawaii. And in the booth with me, we've got the Counterbob. We're going to see Danny Boar versus Darkness, Akaria Blue, going against Argenport Mid-Range. Haven't seen that one yet today. It's going to be good. You want to get that rundown, Bob?
Oh, of course. It's been good old over 7 hours. We're finally reached the finals. We've seen a ton of Argenport Mid, and it's just strong. Obviously, you see 3 copies in the top 8. We'll run through the top 8 here real quick. Danibor in the finals. He beat Second Blue and Puppy to reach there. Darkness beat Bass and Buffoon, and also Vanishing Tuan. Looks like he beat the Felon matchup in the semifinals to make it to the finals here. And I'm going to have to give this one to Danny, where I think Akaria Blue is just a little bit favored against the Argenport deck. Again, Darkness could have a super aggressive start, as we saw the last round that took a game against the Akaria Blue deck. But overall, I think Akaria Blue just might prove the best deck today. And that'll make most, if not all, very unhappy, including myself.
I don't know. I'm switching teams. I'll vote for Akaria Blue because of the sheer absurdity of this. Makes me. I'm a fan, and I appreciate Danny Bar's drive. But with that, I think we've kind of talked about the matchup breakdown a few times here. I think we can go ahead and get players started. That way, we can get Danny to sleep. We can get our own Xeno to sleep. Everything will be good.
Yeah, there's not too much else to talk about. We've talked about there's various sideboards and game plans between the Argenport deck and the Akaria Blue deck. One thing to note, in the sideboard of Darkness's Argenport deck, there is 0 Mako. We've seen it in every other Argenport deck, but maybe it's not the right choice. He reached the finals, they didn't.
That is correct. However, I wonder if he had to play Danibor.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it all depends on your matchups. You get the right matchups, it doesn't matter too much.
But even against Felon Control, it still seems good. Darkness, though, did fire off a Sabotage against Danibor on turn 1 and follows up on his turn 2 with an Argenport Instigator. Danibor just playing a couple power, and that Sabotage took an Eileen's Choice away from Danibor.
He does have Reinvigorate in the sideboard, so that could be pretty good.
Yeah. We'll definitely have to see how that ends up playing out. Looks like another Sabotage coming out from Darkness, taking away Danibor's Daisho. Not a bad take there. Also getting in with Instigator last turn. Danibor sitting at 22. Darkness sitting at 25. Bloodletter coming down from Darkness, getting in for another 6. Danibor down to 16. Darkness up to 31.
Yeah, and with the Sabotages, we know it's pretty free to swing in with this. They're both stuck at 3 power, but Darkness already has a unit with a Bloodletter on it, and she knows there's no answer from Danibor at this point. There's a chance where he throws another Bloodletter down, but I think it is better to play a second unit here just to broaden your attackers here. And
look at that. And playing the Bloodletter on the Instigator was a 2-turn clock, but also playing another unit and then playing the Bloodletter on that unit was a 2-turn clock either way. And as you pointed out, definitely a lot safer, so that way you're playing around top deck like Vanquish.
Yeah, I was gonna say one for the good guys, but can we really call Argenport Mid the good guys at this point?
No. And just the sheer number of Argenport, that's why I've switched over. It's another reason why I'm switching over to Akaria Blue.
Is there a way they can both lose?
We could sever that. We could cut the internet out.
Yeah, and then we just, we'll just do a giveaway in chat to see who goes to the Invitational.
Yeah, I like that. We just clog the pipes and then do a giveaway.
Yeah, seems good.
I'm down with this. Danibor playing a depleted seat on turn 1. Very important to note. Darkness also, meaning that there is not a sigil in Danibor's hand. Information that Darkness can use. Darkness plays a crest, and I believe he kept it on top, which is an Argenport Instigator. Argenport Instigator going to come down on turn 2 for Darkness. Dennabar, again, just playing at some power, not really doing a ton. Dennabar does have the torch to answer the Tinkerer Overseer the Darkness played. Darkness now gets to keep that Argenport Instigator nice and safe.
Yeah, I like playing that out first. The 3-body, the 3/3 of the Instigator is a little bit more worthwhile than the 2/2. Luckily with the Strategized, Dennabar did hit another power and also a Seek power, so he won't be caught up as bad as he was last game.
Yes. Does have a Lightning Storm in hand. Not going to do too terribly much to Darkness's hand as it currently sits. However, once he gets another power, that Herschel is going to do big things.
Yep, when we play out the Valkyrie Enforcer here, just needs to get out. Just like last game, just needs to get out underneath. And the Wisdom could be very big here to draw that power. And looks like he drew the power. And Herschel, I could see coming down. He's going to go with Lightning Storm here. And Lightning Storm. I didn't realize he had a second Lightning Storm. That's very good, as you can save that Herschel for perhaps Tavrod, Penny Doom, stuff like that. And Lightning Storm just isn't that great in the matchup unless you have the 2. And luckily he was able to draw a second Unseen Commando here. Not going to be able to get hit by either Vanquish or Unleashed Choice. So the only way to kill it would be the Herschel. But I think taking 3 just for a turn is not going to be a bad deal.
No, not at all.
Yeah, next turn he can just die show it if he really wants to.
Yeah, and so with that swing, Dennabar going down to 19, Darkness up to 26, Darkness sitting with 2 Slays in hand and a Justice Sigil. Dennabar just needs some power, man, because I'm looking at Vanquish, Island's Choice, Harsh Rule, Daisho, Ikaria, another Daisho, and a Sword of the Sky King.
He's building up his hand, though. This Sabotage could be big, although he does have 2 Daishos in hand, so it just could not matter at this point. Yeah. The 2 Slays and Darkness's hands are just dead cards. Yeah, you can play both of them on Ikaria, but it looks like you might lose to relic weapons in terms of Daisho and Sword of the Sky King.
Yeah, and I kind of just like playing the Daisho along with the Waystone.
Yep.
And so then it's going to be a 4 or 5 Daisho. You're going to swing in, drop Darkness down, be able to clear the Commando, and then also drop Darkness down to 22, and then hit for 8 the next turn. Seems not bad. Yeah,
and as good as Unseen Commando is, you only get that bonus when you attack. So when you swing in with the Daisho, it's only going to take 2 off. So the Daisho is going to stick around.
All right. And Darkness does decide to take one of the 2 Daishos with that Sabotage. But again, with Dennabar having both Daishos doesn't really matter.
I definitely going to see one here, no doubt.
Yeah, like you have to, right? The ability to get like a 4/5 in the yard, so that way. I guess we're not post board, so there's no way to get them out of the yard in the main deck, right? No.
Yeah, he only has Reforge in the side. And next turn he can follow up with a Throne Warden.
Oh, which is going to be very, very good.
Yeah, there's Penny Doom.
Well, there's a Vanquish in Dennabar's hand. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter, and he can Vanquish and still play the 4/4.
Yeah, this is just the strength of Ikaria Blue Armory type decks in general against midrange. Midrange generally has 1 to 2 threats. If you can just deal with those 2, play a weapon, you can easily cruise through, and relic weapons just take you home.
Yeah, and we see both Slays being used on that Throne Warden. Definitely feels a little bad.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I mean, guess saving life total.
I kind of think that Darkness just decided to pick him up. That's the read I get from that.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and
your the Daisho is just gonna kill your unit. There's nothing you can do. Might as well just let's just kill it. The feels goods.
Yeah, it's not bad. But we are going to see Dennabar taking that down. So we're 1-1 going into sideboarding games.
Once again, we see each player taking a game unsideboarded. Can we see another round where they take us to game 5?
I don't know. I think Ikaria Blue is pretty favored, and the only reason why they lost game 1 was because they were stuck on 3 power.
Pretty much. I assume we're going to see similar sideboard. We saw Unseal and Caleb's Choice come in last time for Danamore. It could be similar things. And Rain of Frogs usually comes in to deal with stuff like Tap Rod and that.
So yeah, it looks like the Reforges are in, one Unseal is in, and he's looking, and okay, and then one Caleb's Choice is coming in.
Yeah, he only has one on the sideboard, so makes sense.
All right, and then so looking over it, so Darkness is going to let us know, but just looking at the sideboard, what do you think?
Obviously, the protects. There's always a thought bring there's more units in, but I just don't think Stewart does anything. I'm just not sure what else you really want to bring in. Suffocate does nothing. Annihilate does nothing. Protect really is the only thing that does a lot.
If you're trying to maybe like do a combo one, Reinvigorate with like
Maybe.
Unseen Commando and Protect.
Yeah, that's about it.
Right?
Yeah, because I mean, it just gives your unit endurance and +1/+1. It's not really going to save them from much.
Well, it would give, like, if you had, assuming you had Protect on the Unseen Commando, then that would be what, +3/+3, right?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, +4/+4, because it would have
+4/+4.
endurance. So then it would be, so like that's just a way to like, but that's a lot of ifs. So even if it's a +3, it still hits for 6, which isn't bad, but
yeah, it's a lot of I gotta have it.
Yeah, and I don't know what you're cutting from it. So like you could go down on the Vanquishes. You probably don't want to go too down on the Vara's Favor just because of how good they are at popping all the Aegises.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the better cards. So you're not wasting 2 Vanquishes, 2 Slays. It's just Vara's Favor. Plus, you want to hit your curve.
Yeah, and I was actually going to say that Runehammer wasn't great, but like now that I'm looking at it again, like it seems okay, right? Because they don't play a ton of creatures. It kills all the creatures that they do play minus Ikaria, and also kills all the weapons they play minus Staff of Stories and Sword of the Sky King.
Yeah, you could play a 2-drop, 3-drop, and then follow it with a Runehammer. So if they harsh rule, you're still not out of threats. You're still bashing for 4. Followed up with another unit. They have to deal with that before they hit your weapon.
Yeah, so this will definitely be interesting. It looks like Darkness is deciding what to sideboard. So it looks like Danabar is good to go, but I have to imagine that
he could just be typing it out to us.
Yeah, well, and we just he actually just finished up sideboarding. So it looks like what Darkness sideboarded in was +2 Protects, +3 Stewarts, -1 Bloodletter, -3 Vanquishes, -1 Justice Sigil.
Interesting.
All right. Works for me. Yeah. I guess on that, just bring in more threats plan.
Yeah, I assume he's played this matchup a few times, whether it be Cario Blue or various armories, and he's made it through the tournament, so it's proved useful. And good luck to him, and good luck to Danabar as well. See how they can close out this tournament and bring it home.
Yeah, and so we're just waiting on them to go ahead and get started. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still going to say it. Try out a Legion mid-range on ladder. I think if you're trying to grind right now, I do that because it's good stuff. I don't know. It's good. It's good. The deck is just good right now, I think.
You vote for that. I vote for Fell mid-range. We each have our faction.
Yeah, Fell mid-range seems pretty good too.
I
mean, like these are decks. Well, like the Legion mid-range, I was actually just very good for climbing, and that's why I would suggest that. In terms of like, I'm not a big fan of the deck otherwise, because I'd much rather play something that is just absolute garbage.
Yeah. Let's have fun, even if we lose.
I got in that mentality with Magic because of how much of money sink it is.
Oh yeah.
And carried it over to Eternal. It's pretty good. Darkness's hand is questionable.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit slow here. It looks like Hillis going to have to play Crest, then possibly turn 2, play Sabotage. You could play the Tinker on turn 2. Now we see Justice Sigil, but he may want to protect his creatures or units rather.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think you just need to get super aggressive. I think you can go ahead and play the Tinker Overseer on turn 2, cross your fingers, and then be able to play Bloodletter on turn 3 and just start beating in like crazy. The Vanquish in Danabar's hand is going to make that a little bit of a sad day, unless that Sabotage comes out next turn, which it does. All right, and then be able to play the Crest. Very nice. So I have to.
It takes away a turn 4 Rise or just any sort of removal potential. Prevents you from getting 2 for 1. Yeah, you would smash for 5, but this way you're a little bit safer. Although he's looking at Vanquish and the Runehammer, so Danabar can play the Runehammer this turn, kill the Tinker Overseer now, and then I assume Darkness will then play his own Runehammer.
Yeah, I have to imagine.
Start beating in.
That is what happens. Darkness swinging in for 2, dropping Danabar down to 23. Darkness sitting at 25. Danabar thumbing over the Runehammer, decides to play it. He's going to go ahead and play it, attacking, getting rid of that Tinker Overseer, and then shipping the turn back to Darkness. Darkness playing a power and has the choice of either playing Valkyrie Enforcer or a Runehammer of his own. Decides to play the Runehammer of his own. Runehammer goes ahead, eats Danabar's Runehammer, and Danabar just kind of left not being able to do much.
It decides not to play that Valkyrie Enforcer. He's going to go down to 16 here. Using his life total as a resource was just definitely effective. But he definitely needs to find an answer quickly. He has torches and stuff like that. So, potential. We'll have to see if he can dig himself out of it.
Yeah, and I actually do like Darkness playing his Valkyrie Enforcer here because, yes, it does get silenced, but now it's going to be a 6/6 that's floating. Or I guess it depends on... I don't think you throw away your weapon here. I think you just go ahead and slay the Enforcer, get in for 7.
Ooh, yeah, I would have slayed, hit for 7, bring him down to 9, force him to have another answer. Then you could just Bloodletter and swing.
Now you're forced into playing Tavrod, which, seems really bad against the potential of Harsh Rule.
Yeah, I would have liked to just slay away. You're not going to have too many good opportunities, but it could pay off here.
All right, and this Sabotage is going to get that Eileen's Choice out of Danabar's hand, allowing Darkness to swing.
Okay.
You saw all 3 cards. Huh. All right.
I guess he's assuming kill one of these. He's going to get the effect of Tavrod off. And then if you played the Hammer, the Sword of Sky King, rather, it would be the added bonus of the shield. But he didn't have
Vanquish off the top for Danabar.
Yeah, he didn't have
an unseen
power. He didn't have the power to play it. So
yeah. Well, and that's kind of my point, right? Is because Darkness was able to see all 3 cards that was in Danabar's hand.
Yep, and now he's just sitting with those 2 slays, whereas he could have still been smacking with the Runehammer.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a matter of not seeing a line or just being a little tired, but yeah. Right. Well, we're at where we're at. Darkness is gonna be able to scout this turn. Yeah, there's no reason to save the power in his deck. I don't believe. We see an Impending Doom. Impending Doom gonna go right back on top. Danabar's going to need to find something. Throne Warden is something. That's going to put him up to 10.
And, do you waste double slay on it the following turn? I don't think you need to. Your health total is fine, and you have a flyer, so you can just let that 4/4 chill out. Save it for any Icarius that happen to come out.
Ooh, Valkyrie Enforcer off the top for Danabar. Pretty good. It's going to go ahead and silence that Impending Doom, no longer having flying. And also sets up the ability to double block. However, Darkness having those 2 slays, going to take that option away, and now going to force a chump or a 5 points, or going to do 5 points of damage. Going to put him down to 4 here. If you're Danabar, I think you're pressed into blocking.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because then you can torch hair as well.
Yes. Yep. All right, there we go. We're going to
8 and facing just the 3/3. His scout can reveal something good open. It's like a rise.
And that's pretty good.
And so is the Tavrod.
Yes, it is.
Bash for 3, bring him down to 5. Now you have Tavrod. You're going to have to... Do you get a weapon here, or do you just get Ikaria hit and then block Tavrod?
Yeah, I don't...
Looks like he's weighing his options. Looks like you got Throne Warden, which can also block... No, it can't. It won't kill Tavrod. It just gives him some more life.
Yeah, it doesn't kill Tavrod, but does kill the Argenport Instigator and allows for you to get hit by Tavrod once.
Yeah. Some interesting choices by both players here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey!
Got him.
There's no way you play Tavrod, right?
No, you save it.
No. Yeah, okay.
It doesn't change any clocks.
Oh, wow.
Oof. So now you can double block.
No, you can't double block. Oh, yes, you can. Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought he was only at 4 life, and I was like, you can't double block because then Argenport Instigator dies, right? Or the trigger happens. Yeah.
However, this is going to die to the hammer.
Yeah.
I think with the line of play we were speaking about earlier with that sabotage, Darkness would have won a few turns ago, but it looks like it's not going to affect him too much here.
Yeah. Yep. Didn't end up mattering, and we're going to go into 2-1, right? This is the third game? Should be.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is the first side. It's been a long day for us too.
Oh! Still doesn't matter.
Hammer. Oh, no. The hammer's going to die.
Oh! Oh, no!
And you
Danimar, no! Danimar! No, Danimar!
Oh, boy.
Oh, no! Oh,
That's
no!
why don't scoop him up until you're at 0.
Oh.
It is very late.
Because I'm
in a different country, so
yes, I'm pretty sure that he probably fired off the harsh roll and immediately hit the concession before the trigger could resolve on Instigator.
Wow.
Wowie. Hopefully, Denimar just kind of like brushes that off, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to go into the next game like tilted off of your rock horse.
Yeah, he may have not even realized it. Could have been that's one of those things. You do it, you click and see, then you just kind of sit back in your chair, don't even look, take a drink, and then the game started.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, but it looks like both players jumping back in already. So we should this would be a pretty quick game. Danimar's hand doesn't look bad. Darkness's hand could use a little work.
Yeah, no early aggression. Can scout and hopefully draw a 2-drop here. Drawing the 4th power is definitely important there as well.
Yes. Gets the scout and finds a Justice Sigil, puts that Justice Sigil on the bottom. Danibar just playing some power, passing the turn. But starting next turn, those 2 Wisdom of the Elders in Danibar's hand, going to be big game.
Yes. Full of power. He's going to have no trouble hitting Ikaria. He has everything he needs, and the Wisdoms will draw anything he needs to react to in terms of Darkness's aggression here, just with the Valkyrie Enforcer.
And so Valkyrie Enforcer hitting play for Darkness, and at the end of Darkness's turn, Danibar does go ahead and fire off one of those Wisdom of the Elders. Decides to go ahead and play a Crest this turn, sees a Strategize, and leaves it on top.
Right. Yeah, it helps him dig. His life total's at a decent amount. Not too worried about taking 3 for the time being. Just trying to dig into a harsh roll, or really anything here. That's going to affect the board. You just have to watch out for that protect that Darkness does have in hand.
Yeah, and we do have, another Crest. And we see another Wisdom of the Elder fired off, which draws him a Seek, Power, and a Torch. We're going to see a Strategize first, Strategize drawing 2 Crests. Danibar not drawing the best.
No, we're getting kind of flooded here. It does that before playing a Torch, just in case you draw a harsh roll rather than using a resource to do the Torch. I assume he's going to fire the Torch off here. Don't let Darkness go to his turn and have Protect up here.
Yeah, definitely needs to see through that, and I have to imagine Danibar will see that. We're going to play Crest first. We're going to see a Wisdom of the Elders. Going to leave that on top, and we do see the Torch being fired off on Danny's turn, just to make sure that we play around that.
Yeah, that'll be the 3rd Wisdom we see.
Yep. All right. Darkness instead of playing the Instigator, goes ahead and decides to play the Hammer, swings in with the Hammer and Steward of the Past, dropping Danabar down to 15. Darkness still sitting at 25 with that Hammer.
Yep.
And Danabar has no way of answering the Hammer right now.
Yep, get aggressive with it. No reason not to. I would be wary of playing the Ardent Port Instigator here because we could have a similar feeling, or if it dies, it'll just kill the Hammer as well.
Correct.
So I might want to hold off on that one.
Yeah. Going to be able to play Steward of the Past this turn, or potentially just Overseer, and going to get in for 7 here, basically setting up lethal for next turn.
Yeah, this could be a quick game as Danabar's just been flooded. What's he got in his hand here? Just choice just doesn't do anything. Yeah, he just doesn't have an answer.
Yeah.
Flooded. He has a Reforge and a Choice and an Unseal. Cards that just don't do anything at this time. Pretty good in the matchup, but just not in this spot right now. Just nothing's going to do it. And this could spell victory for Darkness, and then that would be crowning him as champion. And who knows if that little minor early concession, how that could have turned out.
And there it is. Well, Danabar does get to go to sleep now, so we got to look at the little wins, right? And got a lot of really good. Got a little practice in, and made it to the finals of the ETS, of week 2.
Yep, not good showing.
Yeah, not a bad showing at all. And of course, congratulations to Darkness, pulling it out. Yeah, so I think that's congratulations to that. And I think at this point, do you have anything else to say about the matchup, Counterbob?
Surprising end. Little hiccup in Danabar's part of the early concession, but Ikari Blue proving to be strong in the current meta, and looks like Ardent Port Mid proving to be a bit stronger, putting 3 copies into the top 8.
I still question that, because a couple of those games were just like the last game Danabar flooded, first game Danabar got power screwed. So I don't know. I think Ikari Blue versus Ardent Port and all of the different variations is just very, very favored. But yeah,
it's definitely an interesting matchup. I think we'll see a lot of it going forward. Both showing top 8s in the first 2 weeks. I expect each week the decks to evolve slightly, sideboards to evolve, and be a constant showing in our top 8s.
Yeah. All right, cool. Then we are going to I think we're just going to pass it off, and we're going to have Rekenner join the booth and say my name, which is just always, it just gives me butterflies every time. It's so nice. And we're gonna let them do that. It's been a pleasure casting with you, Counterbob, and I look forward to doing it again.
Yeah, it's been a good day. Had fun watching everybody play, and congrats Darkness once more. And we'll see you next time.
For sure. All right, we'll see you later, guys. Enjoy Rekenner.
Thanks, Mark. Hello, everyone out there. This is Rekenner, your tournament organizer. I'd like to congratulate both Danabar and Darkness for making it to the finals of today's ETS Weekly, and a special congratulations to Darkness for guaranteeing their place in the Invitational. Reminder, our Invitationals in the 2018 season, only the finalist of an ETS Weekly earns an Invitational berth, but making a top 8 is worth some extra series points for qualification into Worlds. So, as a quick note, I would like to say that Darkness now joins a very exclusive clubs, the very exclusive club of being one of only 4 players to have won more than a single ETS Weekly. The winner is Unearthly, who has won 6, and today was actually his 15th top 8. Then Kamado has won 3, and both Rhino and Darkness have won 2. So next, I'd like to thank all of the players and all of the viewers. If it wasn't for y'all, we couldn't be doing this. We expected a little bit of a participant drop after last week's record-breaking 130, but 108 is pretty good. We will be super happy if we can keep numbers like this and stay at 7-round events for the rest of season 1 and for the rest of the year. So thanks once again for everyone for coming out and participating. Putting this tournament and stream on every week is fantastic. It's been a long day for everyone involved, especially for some of our players in Europe. Danibor is in Russia, as we mentioned a couple of times during the broadcast. I think it's like round about 4 a.m. his time. So that's a very impressive run. We can certainly excuse a mistake or two in the finals, given the time. So I'd also like to thank Militool and Teehee, our producers. Without them, we could not be putting on this broadcast. I'd also like to thank our graphics and co-contributors who make our jobs much easier. Specifically, Mengar for his deck image creation tool, and xKirby, who's done a lot of graphics work for us and video editing for us, including his weekly highlight reels. And of course, aReNGee, the man himself, the founder of the website and the original tournament organizer, and the person responsible for a whole lot of behind-the-scenes work to make sure everything gets done. I'd like to give another shout-out to Xenorath, who is our new TO. Who has been assisting me and learning more and more about how to TO every week. And he's also learning to not use here in Discord. I imagine some of you all caught that out there. But a huge thank you to our Twitch subs and Patreon backers to make it possible for us to have our prize pools at the events, including the at least $250 for invitationals and $3,000 at Worlds. The more Twitch subs and Patreon backers and Twitch donations we get, the bigger the prize pools will be. So our $20 Patreon backers are Chuck Hurst, Andre Pokai, Seek Power Gaming, Frosty HS, Carell, and an honorary shout out to you, me, and your best friend who has donated like 15 subs to people in Twitch chat over the last couple months. And a special shout out to anyone who subbed in Twitch chat today. There's only one I caught, so I'm sorry if other people subbed and I didn't catch it. But that was our very own Mark, aka Chibikawaii, who I think just saves up his sub every month for the day he's casting.
I do.
But you can find our Patreon at www.patreon.com/RNGEternal. And finally, thank you to our casters, Mark, aka Chibikawaii, and Counterbob. Mark, do you have anything to say?
Not particularly. I stream sometimes. If you enjoyed my sense of commentary, since I don't know what that makes. I'm not making any sense. If you see me online, it'd be great for you to tune in. If not, I'll catch you casting. Yeah.
Thanks, Mark. How about you, Counterbob?
I just want to
Counterbob,
say
you
thanks.
got anything? Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the day, enjoyed watching. Mistakes happen. Let it pass. It's late. It's a long day, and hope everyone had a good time, whether win or loss. It's just fun playing the game of Eternal.
All right, thank you. All right, and everyone out there, remember, if you want to play in the ETS, it's free and open registration. Full registration details can be found at www.rngeternal.com/ETS and the internal Discord server and tournament info. The registration link should be up come Monday morning at the very latest, usually by Sunday night. And it will be open until 10 a.m. on the morning of tournaments. We will possibly be looking to push that back a little bit once we have gotten more used to Battlefy as a system. So coming up tomorrow, we have the ETS Team League Season 2, Week 3. We're taking things a little bit more hands-off with this one. We're not doing the full-on broadcasts for this one. Production time's a little bit crunched at the early part of the year. But many of the teams will be broadcasting their point of view. So we'll be putting up links in the tournament rooms in Discord throughout the day as the rounds progress. They start at 10 a.m. Eastern, and the last round of the day will be starting at 4 p.m. Eastern, running through about 6:30-ish. So be sure to come check those out. There's been a lot of new people streaming for the sake of putting their stream for Team League up. Komodo from Owls and Dragons has been streaming. Overmaster has gotten back to his stream, although I still don't think he's fixed his overlay. And a whole lot of other people. And that also includes Bradykin, xKirby, Loco Pojo, Lights Out Ace Sedai will be on this channel at 4 p.m. tomorrow. And that is it for this week's show. We stream ETS every Saturday, the Magical Christmas Band Point of View of Team League on Sunday, and Lights Out Ace streams on Wednesday and Thursday nights, and maybe sometimes after Team League on Sundays. So once again, thanks everyone out there, and have a good night.